Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. In this video, and in an effort to get you paid and show you where the claims are, I'm going over the state of Delaware and the state of Pennsylvania. In case you are wondering what those states look like and if you're interested in working in those states for bankruptcy unclaimed funds, please stay tuned. Please note that I am not an attorney. This information is not indicated as legal advice. If I show you the funds locator, and we type in Delaware. Again, Delaware is a small state, as we know, and there's only one district. I typed in Delaware and I show about 5,900 cases where there are unclaimed funds available. So if I click on the amount button twice, I see that the highest claim here is about 313,000, and then it kind of goes down from there. Now keep in mind, it says unknown creditors. And this case is from 1990, so it's not always wise to go after the highest claim. Again, keep in mind the elements to a good claim when you're doing this. Is the creditor readily available? Can you locate them? And in this case, you don't even know who they are, right? So right off the bat, this lets me know that this is probably not the easiest and not the best one to go after, unless you want to, go to the clerk's office and see if they can provide you with a list. And then again, that may even be incomplete. So this is for the state of Delaware. There are others here. If I could just click through the other page, I see that there are some good numbers here where there are creditors' names that are listed here, right? So you just have to go through and see, what looks good to you, what you believe to be a good claim, and you can kind of work it from there. Now here is the website for the District of Delaware. And again, this is a small state, so the court location is only in Wilmington. There's only one. If I type unclaimed funds in the search bar engine, it's going to bring me to the information that I need. And here it says there's a local rule that you have to follow, and make sure you're reading the local rules. As I've mentioned, bankruptcy is a federal rule, but again, you see it says local rules. So they have their own local interpretations of things. Make sure you're reading that because it'll tell you what you need. Here it talks about, a motion to deposit unclaimed funds, and it goes on to say the motion shall be brought by an attorney, but it also goes on to say the claimant or its legal successor, the attorney or in fact for the claimant or its legal successor. Those are the similar terminologies that you see in most of the instruction packets, right? So sometimes an application may be interchanged with the word motion. So it doesn't appear to me that you have to actually be an attorney only to do this particular district, to work this particular district. So let's go back. I'm going to click on the associated forms. And so here they have their national forms, and then they have the local forms. So click on the local forms because that is what they're recognized in this state. And if you go down, you see that there's an application to release unclaimed funds. So you're going to want to click on that. Here's your instruction packet. So you see how I did that? Sometimes information is found in different areas on the same site. If that confuses you and you're not sure which one to go, just call the clerk's office. Their number is listed right here. Sometimes they'll have even an email address. But for me, if I were working in this particular district, I would actually know to just go ahead and use that official form, that application for payment, and just read through it like I've shown you in the other states. I mean, this is all here. It tells you where to mail it to and the post-filing process. See, and here's your application, right? And here's your order. Again, I cover this in my course. I don't show you how to do that on this particular channel, right? Up until this point, you should be able to find your own leads, but you probably are at the point where maybe you found someone or you're in the process of contacting someone, but you don't know what to do. That second part specifically is in my course. Now, I include all things in my course from start to finish, but if you are needing the second half of that, it's in my course. So you're going to need my course if you're going to need to, send out a contract or fill in this actual application. Because if you do it wrong, then your client is going to get paid and you're not going to get the money directly. And you don't want that to happen, right? So this is for the state of Delaware. All right, so let's click out of this and I'm going to show you the state of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has 3 districts, pretty large state. This state is similar to a few others where not all of the districts are listed on the funds locator. And right off the bat, I see that the Eastern District of Pennsylvania is not here. So at their website, this is their main website here. It's paeb.uscourts.gov. This covers the area of Philadelphia and Reading. Now, obviously, those are some pretty big cities. Surely there are people that have filed bankruptcy in those areas. I've actually called the clerk's office a few times, and a few times today, and I called them, and it may just be too close to lunchtime, but nobody was available. I called the main clerk's office, or the main number here. I called someone in like the finance department and in the help desk. So I called 3 different people, and I just kind of got a recording. And I just got a voicemail. So I'm going to have to call back to see if I can find an actual list, because when I type unclaimed funds here, I don't see any paperwork, I don't see any rules, I don't see anything here. No list, no nothing. So it's not readily available to the public, and it should be, and that frustrates me when information is not available, and it should be. So I'm going to probably have to call them back probably after lunchtime. And if that happens and I'm able to come up with a list, I'll do another follow-up video and show you where you can find that list. Okay? So in the meantime, let's move over to the 2 other districts that are available in this funds locator. So let's go over to the Middle District of Pennsylvania. And there are about 4,900 cases where there are unclaimed funds for that district. And when I type or click on the amount button twice, you see that the highest claim is $18,000. And then it goes down from there. And if I go over to their site, let's see if the information is available. So this is a pretty large district. There are 3 court locations. Take note here. You can see who, the number and the address is there. If I type unclaimed funds in the search bar engine, I will see your list of rules. So here, this is a telephone number, there's a contact person, there's an address, and here is your application. And it looks like they're following that official form. So again, we've seen this form before. And then the instructions are listed underneath that with all the claimant information and the documents and the post-filing process, the tax forms that you need. So all of that is listed here as well. And again, this is the Middle District of Pennsylvania. So I'll go to the last district and I'll show you that. And this is the Western District of Pennsylvania. They are listed in the funds locator. And they have over 11,000 cases where there are unclaimed funds available. So I'll just see if I can maximize this just for a minute so that you can see. If I type them out twice, I see that the highest claim is $208,000. I think I've tried to contact this particular individual with no luck. But again, there are a lot of other ones that you can work for sure. And again, these numbers are predicted to change. So here's the Western District of Pennsylvania. This is their website, and it covers 3 different court locations because it's a large area. So it's Pittsburgh, Erie, and Johnstown. And again, with their numbers listed and addresses. If you type unclaimed funds at the top, you will see that there's no information here. So let's go down. That leads me to believe, when I don't see the information readily available, that you probably have to be an attorney. So I'm going to click down to the local rules, and I'm going to go with the latest date. So the latest date of the local rules was entered June 15, 2017. These are all pretty old, so I'm going to click on this one. If I read the local rules, and I'm looking for application for unclaimed funds, I see that it's here. And it says that you need to have a motion filed. All right, so I went through all those steps, and it basically told me that in this district, you have to actually be an attorney. So again, I do these videos not only to show you where the funds are or what the claims look like, I do this so that you can see how different each state and each district is. Okay, so please keep in mind that again, this is the same state with 3 different districts and there's different procedures. For this one in the middle district, the application is readily available. It's pretty simple, it's straightforward. In the Western district, you have to be an attorney. The Eastern district, you can't even find the information anywhere at all. So please be mindful that you cannot use, even within the same state, don't think that you can use this application here and fill it in and for the Eastern District. It's not going to work like that, especially if you don't know what their local rules are. So make sure that you are reading your instruction packets. If things don't make sense, please make sure you are contacting the attorneys, or I'm sorry, the clerk's office and getting that information. All right. Again, as I've mentioned, if you need additional information and you're wanting to know how to fill this in, you're going to have to enroll in my course. Okay. So please take note of the information listed in my description box for my services. They're still readily available to you. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.